This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com, your place to explore the game.
Hello, this is Usman from GatheringMagic.com doing a cube draft walkthrough. And so there's a couple interesting cards here. I think mainly the ones that stick out are Goblin Guide and Grim Monolith. And they represent two very opposite ends of the spectrum. One if I want to do like some kind of red aggressive deck, and this if I want to essentially dirtle it up and just do whatever. I'm going to take the Grim Monolith. It feels like this is the deck I want to be more, and I think I can possibly wheel this. Sometimes people just aren't in that deck. You know, if there's nobody in the table who cares about the red deck, this most likely will wheel. The rest of this is pretty low power, so I don't really care about the rest when there's a Grim Monolith. If I did want to go super deep on like some kind of red aggressive deck, I would take the Goblin Guide, but Grim Monolith is so dumb that I have to just take it here. Hopefully I'll get something like an Upheaval to go with this, and that would be nice as well. But you know, being able to get mana ramp early is nice as well. Signets, I'm not sure how highly I would personally take them. I like them a lot, and you know, in before me just passing them for flashy cards. But let's see here. Okay, so there's a Demonic Tutor, which I'm probably going to take here. And again, I think the rest of this pack is not bad. There's stuff like Nether Void. There's Jace, Architect of Thought, which is probably the weakest of the Jaces, I would say. Lodestone Golem is fine if I want to go for the Artifact deck. Mox Diamond, and Sword of Light and Shadow, which personally is on my least favorite of the swords, to be honest. I mean, it's still a sword, so it's still a good card. Demonic Tutor is just a very unique effect. If I want to go 5-color Dirtle, that's something that's nice. Well, Mox Diamond is also very good. People tend to underrate that card, but I think I like Demonic Tutor more than these because, like, Thalia is fine, Land Tax is fine. I'd rather have Demonic Tutor than Nether Void. Deathright's fine. Pattern Rebirth is if I wanted to go for the red deck, I would have taken Jackal Pup, but this is where I am now, and I think I like this deck better anyway. Here I'm just going to take the Workshop. I'm already going all in on the aggressive, or not the aggressive, the Artifact deck. And hey, remember when I said I was going to pass these Signets for flashier things? Well, here we go. So I'm going to take this. Again, the rest of this pack is pretty underwhelming. If I was in this red aggressive deck, I would have had Goblin Guide, Jackal Pup, Strongkirk Noble. But I think I'd rather have Mishra's Workshop, Grim Monolith, Demonic Tutor. And again, the rest of this pack is not bad. Like, Garrick's fine. Spear's okay. Magma Jet's decent if I'm going that red deck. These are decent mana rocks, but ironically, a Nombo with Mishra's Workshop. But I think I'm fine with the Workshop. Taking it early lets me take it pretty, do nice things with it as well. Possibly hard casting some big things. So there's a Thran Dynamo and a Sword of Body and Mind and a Factor Fiction. All these are really great. Geddon is also very good. I think I want to take one of these artifacts over the Factor Fiction. That could be wrong. But I think I like what these cards do. Sword of Body and Mind is very good. People tend to, again, kind of overrate it because of the mill and the non-interaction, but it's just a nice card anyway. Thran Dynamo, another just kind of dirtle artifact. I think this is a little bit more replaceable than the sword, and if I can get it versus stick it and then just put any random dude, just like a 3/3 beast or something. I don't think I'm going to be green anyway, but I think I'd rather be this if I'm going for the artifact deck than the Dynamo. That said, I could just take the Dynamo and just go super ramp here, and that might be a better option, actually, just to take the Dynamo. I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to try taking the Dynamo here. Here, there's not really a whole lot. There's Forgemaster and Tanglewire. I think I like both of these pretty equally well. If I want to go for the ramp green deck, I could take this Oracle. Maybe green ramp is where I should be and just splash Demonic Tutor. I think I do like taking Forgemaster. Tanglewire is also very good, but I don't know if we're going to be too slow for that. I think Forgemaster is probably fine, especially if I can just get an Inkwell or something. And personally, I just want to get some more experience with this card as well. But I think it's fine between these two. I could take this Tanglewire, possibly wheel Forgemaster, but I don't think it's going to happen. But this isn't awful to just take now. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to take this, though. Just if I get something to tinker into, just some big idiot. Nothing really here for that strategy. I do think the green ramp strategy is pretty open. I could take the Sword or Avenger of Zendikar. I don't think I'm in black, so I think this is just going to be a splash at this point. That said, I think I do like Avenger. It's a nice ramp thing to do. Even if you just get 4 guys out of it, getting landfall is really good. Swords of War and Peace is also very good, but I think I'd rather have this. I'm passing another artifact. I only got 3, but I'm pretty sure I should have the critical mass at this point. Again, this kind of... Or I could just take the sword. It's nice to just put on some random thing. I think I might actually do this, and then probably just keep a very close look at on green. I probably should be jumping in there at this point. Yeah, there's that. I think I like Spellskite more, though. Again, pretty non-committal card. And Primal Command is fine, but it's not really anything super crazy. I'm not jumping into green for Primal Command. It's more, this is pretty nice. But I still think I'm going to take the Spellskite here. The rest of these cards are not bad. Like Lavamancer is solid. Angel is fine. Both of the Angels are fine, but I think I'd just rather have the Spellskite. Since I'm on artifacts, and I can put a sword on it, cheap thing to Forgemaster. If I get Tinker, I can just tinker it away too. The rest of this pack is just kind of underwhelming. There's Walroots, which is kind of a removal. I mean, it's kind of a ramp spell. Duplicant's fine. It's not really that amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could accelerate into it, which is nice, and I could just do that just as something also to Forgemaster if need be. And that's not the worst thing. It's probably one of my least favorite big artifacts. I could also just take Kiora and just Dirtle. I think I'm going to take this. Probably just max out on artifacts here. This pack is kind of underwhelming, but I'm going to take the hint that green is open and just take this Master. Again, green. More green things. I don't think I like really any of these cards. Deathrate's fine. I think I'd rather just have the Mox Diamond. It lets me fix for that. And I don't really have an artifact. This doesn't help with that, but it's a nice artifact for it anyway, so I'm just going to take that here. Here I'm just saying to take the Garrick, so yeah, it looks like green ramp is the way to go. So I'm going to take this. The rest of this pack is kind of underwhelming. I'm not going to white just for Spear. So yeah, looks like I'm going to start... Hopefully that Avenger comes back, but I highly doubt it. Looks like I'm mostly green, splashing back for black for Demonic Tutor, and I can probably feasibly do so. Like, I'm still going to play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts is not bad. Not a bad start, at least for this deck. At least for a workshop deck. I feel like I want to have at least 8 artifacts. Okay, I'm just going to take the sword here. I'm quite surprised about that, but I think I'd rather have the sword than the Garrick. It's not only an artifact, but a way to just dirtle people out. So I think that's fine. Wow, this pack is kind of awful. I guess I could take Enlightened Tutor. These other cards don't really matter much. Yeah, and in theory I could splash, but I don't know if I'm going to get the fixing to do so. But if I do, that's very good. I think I'm going to put Sword of War and Peace out for Body and Mind. Although I could play 2 swords, that seems kind of weird. I'm just going to take this Riders because there's no way I'm going to play the other card. Wow, that's a pretty late Ophiomancer. So I could just be, whatever, Abzan or something. I'm going to keep this here for right now, though, for considerations, but I don't know if that's something I'm going to do. Ophiomancer and a sword is also very good as well. So I'm pretty happy about that. It sucked having to pass that 5-mana Garrick, but I think this is probably fine just getting that sword there. Just to upgrade my sword. If I do need another sword, I can put it in just to get more artifact count. I guess I'll take Jace the Mind Sculptor. Again, not really a whole lot else for me. I mean, Freyalise is fine. I don't know. I could just jump into blue and be undisciplined. Maybe that's what I should be doing. I don't know. The rest of this pack is pretty... Like, Freyalise might come back. Bolas I'm not playing. Imperial Seal is fine if I do go for that. Harmonize is fine. I think I'm just going to take Jace. I'm going to be undisciplined and just YOLO into this. And I don't know, maybe it'll pay off. I don't think I need to play black or white. I could just be Simic. But, yeah, Jace is just very good. So, Feast and Famine's very good as well, but I think I'm okay taking Jace here because the rest of that pack was pretty bad. So, here's a Trinket Mage. I could also just be Bant or something, like Bant Ramp, and take like Elsh Norn or something, or just some big idiot. Like, Recurring Nightmare's fine, but I don't know if I'm really going to have a way to use it. Trinket Mage just gets a Mox Diamond, which is okay. Glen Elendra might be something to consider, but I've got so many 4s that might be awkward. But I mean, that's something I could do. I could also just take Welder if I go into red, just to weld in and out stuff, but I'm not really entirely sure on what. The rest of this pack is pretty bad for me. I mean, I could take Llanowar Elves or just try to go into white here. Maybe take Elsh Norn or something and just go Bant. And that could be a thing I could do. I don't know. I'll try it. The rest of this pack is just so bad. Yeah, I'm going to try this. Here's Steelwind, which is probably fine. Show and Tell is okay. I'm going to try this Steelwind. Maybe I can actually hardcast it. The rest of this pack, again, is pretty underwhelming. A bunch of red cards, which I don't really care about. There's Damnation, which is fine. I think I'm okay taking the Sphinx of the Steelwind as just a big artifact. I can also just get it out with Forgemaster, which is cool. Lotus Bloom, V-Click. Okay, I guess blue is where I should have been this whole time, so I'm going to just take this here. Not really a whole lot else. There's Top, which is fine. But V-Click is really absurd, so I'm just going to do this. And so I guess I'm blue, green. Okay, Blightsteel I guess I take just for Forgemaster considerations, and I might be able to, you know, YOLO it out or something. But I think it's fine. If I tinker it, it's pretty cool too, so alright, there we go. I guess I could take this Banana Leak or a Signet. Both these are pretty good. I think I'd rather have the Signet at this point, just because my mana's kind of weird. I could take this Elsh Norn out, because these finishers are probably better. I probably need the artifact mana more than the Breeding Pool, and I think I'd rather just do that anyway, so I think this is fine. Here I'm just going to take the Misty Rainforest, because the rest of this pack is kind of meh. I need fixing anyway, and I just passed a fixer. Slaver's fine, and like if I get the Slaver lock, that's cool, but I don't think that's really that worth taking fixing over, so I'm just going to take that here. Mo is also another consideration, but again, I think I need the fixing more. That could be wrong. Here, I'm just going to take the Azorius Signet, because again, I need more fixing rather than Boros, but this is great. Hopefully I get a Wildfire, but I don't think, Upheaval, but I don't think that's going to happen. Third pack. So I guess I'm mostly green-blue, and I guess I could take out this E-Tutor. But I mean, that's certainly a nice thing to do, but yeah, I don't know. That's probably a bit of a pipe dream. I don't think I'm ever card casting Sphinx, but I think that's fine. Okay, I'm just going to take this Fraley's here. I guess I could take Wildfire, but I don't think I'm going to jump into red for that. That seems kind of silly. There's Unexpectedly Absent, which is great. I think it's a very good card, actually, but I guess do I want to tax my mana more is the question. Do I go Bant here, or do I take this and then just go from there? I'm not really sure. I need cheap removal, so maybe Bant is where I should be. I'm going to take that. I could be wrong. Going Bant with hardly any fixing is kind of awkward, though, so I need to probably get more of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess artifact-wise for Workshop, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is nice. Hopefully I get a Tinker. Like, that would be cool, but I'm not holding my hopes up. And hopefully I think I just need more fixing at this point. I really don't know if I'm going to play as Unexpectedly Absent. Maybe I'm just blue-green. That might actually be better. Maybe I should have taken the Fraley's there. Because it is quite good where a bunch of people are just dirtling it out with artifacts. I could take the Staff or Welder. I could Welder. I don't know. I don't think I really like any of these. I could gain a life on tap. What does this thing do? Draw a card. So I guess I can start drawing cards if it's the late state of the game. That Recurring Nightmare should not be here. And I could go Sultai, but I don't know what I would really do with this. I'm going to goof grab this. I'm not going to play it, though, I don't think. Life in the Loam. I don't think I'm going to play that. I could play this Watery Grave for that. For Misty. That's probably fine. Okay, sure. So, I guess it's between Caryatid. All these cards are great for this deck. There's Caryatid, Top. I think I'm going to take Top. It's another artifact for Workshop and Forgemaster. It kind of land fixes too, which is nice. I'm going to take this Narset. I might play it, but I highly doubt it. The rest of this pack I just can't use at all. This, I guess I could play it, but I doubt it. And Blink. Okay, that's a cool card, but I just can't really play it. Yeah, I don't think I really have any use for this. It's not bad. Like, I could just peek, look at the top card, and then probably draw, like, how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's no artifact here. There's Jite and Inkwell. I'm just going to take Inkwell here. Hopefully I can YOLO get the Tinker for it, but I think this is fine. Although, I think I'd rather have the Inkwell than Blightsteel, because there's no conceivable way I can hardcast Blightsteel. I mean, I could, like, Heartbeat, but I don't know if I can really use GT well. I don't know if I'm a 2-equipment deck, but I think I'm okay trying this. I could conceivably hardcast it, and it's another thing to Forgemaster. I think this is fine. I don't know if this is too many things. Like, maybe I just take out Sphinx or something, depending on the matchup. I could take Bribery or Library. Library's pretty cool. Bribery's great. I'm going to take this Library, though, because it's just really good card draw. So I'm going to take that here. Ashiok is another consideration, but not really one I give too much weight to. I'm just going to take this Worn Powerstone. It's another big mana artifact, which I'm pretty happy to take here. No Tinker still. Hopefully I didn't just dismiss it based on art or something. A lot of these are okay, like Mystic Snake's fine. So I'm probably just going to be a non-interactive, you know, ships passing in the night, blue-green deck, with not much counters. What is this still doing here? That's, wow. So I don't think I can take that Elspeth, unfortunately. I don't think Bant is what I want to be doing. I mean, I could play Narset, E-Tutor off of, like, this package here, but that doesn't really seem worth it. I could also play Mentor, but I'm just kind of, like, off of 2 Signets, and that doesn't really seem that great. I could take Treasure Cruise or Arbor Elf, like one of these, possibly, but I'm not really sure. I mean, I could just take the green out and just go white-blue. That might actually be better. Actually, Elspeth is probably better than those green cards, so I'm actually going to take these out and put the white cards in. That seems better, actually. So these are going out, and then these white cards are going in, like Elsh, Norn, Narset, E-Tutor, and now I need a Wrath, so I'm definitely bringing this, taking that card, rather. I think I need it more than the Signet, which is cute, but not really necessary, so I think this is fine. Here I'm going to take this Hallowed Fountain. That's a really huge gift. Glad I jumped ship when I did. And this helps fix that, so that's nice. I'm going to take out this Watery Grave because I can't really play it. And so 22 lands, which is cool. And what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 artifacts. That's kind of cool. Alright, Tundra, just going to take this over the Signet because mana fixing's nice. Unfortunately, I don't really have much early, like, disruption, unfortunately, and I think I'd need this more than Resto. So I'm just going to take this here. I think that's going to be a weakness of this deck. Not much early removal. I'm going to be leaning pretty heavily on this Unexpectedly Absent. I guess I could take this Fiend Hunter. I think I just really need the removal here, and I think that's fine. Now here I'm going to take this Journey. Wow. Alright, I guess the gods of Magic heard me. I guess Parallax Weave is fine. I'm never going to play this Soldier. And this is a Wrath. It's kind of a Wrath. It would have been great with that Upheaval, but, you know, I never got it. And that's, you know, that's fine. Here, I don't know what one of these 4 I would take out. Possibly Elsh Norn, because I can't just ramp it out. I can't just artifact it out. So this is just a hate at this point. I guess I could Alicia, but I don't think I'm really going to use it. I don't think I'm going to splash red for it. I could splash black for D-Tutor and Recurring Nightmare based on Watery Grave, but I don't think I really want to do that. That seems kind of silly. I could do this, like that. That's an option. I'm never going to play Dragon Hunter. I could have played it actually maybe against like the red decks. If I get paired against that, it's a blocker, it's a 2-1. So maybe I should have taken that over the awkward hedge. So I'm at 23 cards now. I can just submit and then just do this. So this seems fine. I really want another, I don't know, probably just more cheap stuff. So let's do this again. Yeah, this costs 2. I'm going to just take this Troll. So I don't think I'm going to play against a deck that cares about that. And Obliterator, yeah, you're not getting played. Okay, so this is a deck. 8 creatures. 8 creatures seems fine for a deck with whatever the Sword of Body in mind. I think that's fine. I don't know if, for example, 4 creatures don't really need pants. And I guess it helps make my, what's that? So, how many let's sort by converted mana cost. Let's do it like this. So this seems fine. You know, take these out. I don't think I really want Elsh Norn here. I mean, I could bring it in if I'm like versus the green deck, but I don't think that's really necessary. Honestly, I think this is fine. I'm just gonna sort, you know, group separately, and then do that, and then just put this as a 2, because let's be real, that's what it actually costs. There's Blightsteel here. I think I like Steelwind, Blightsteel. Yeah, I think the problem is Blightsteel, I'm just never going to cast it, and I don't have any way to show and tell it out. I mean, someone might just show and tell for me, but I don't think that's really realistic. I can shuffle it back with Jace, or I can just keep putting it back on top. I could delay it with Div Top. I just don't know if it's going to be a mulligan a lot of the times, and I'm never going to cast whatever 15 mana. That's a little unrealistic. So I think that might be okay to actually do Elsh Norn here. It is a Wrath. Yeah, so I think that's fine to do that here. And I think I'd rather just do this than whatever else I was considering. Yeah, I think this is fine. Also, I guess this helps against, yeah, like green decks or, you know, a bunch of value 2/2s or whatever. Like that green deck that got all the Garriks, this is pretty nice against, but I think my game against them is fine. And my Tinker targets are decent too. It's Sphinx and Inkwell. Like, I can conceivably hard cast this. I don't know if I can card cast the Steelwind though. I guess I could with like Watery Grave, and I could bring that. You know, I could use this. You know, just as a, you know, a hedge, like a one of, like a fun of. I don't think I really want to do that. Like 1, 2, 3 off of Mox Diamond. It feels like I want to have the D-Tutor then, but I don't know if that's a little too greedy. A D-Tutor off of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources. That's not. I mean, it's not the worst, but that does seem a little greedy to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Sphinx's Steelwind is even worth it over Blightsteel, because I'm not going to cast either of these. That's the big question. I think I'm actually going to take this out, put Blightsteel back in, and then take these out, and then just run with this build here. So I'm going to go and let's look at sideboard options while we're here. There's Parallax Wave, which is a decent Wrath, but I think I'm not going to play main deck because I like my 4s better. Even Narset I think is very good. I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is what, non-creature, non-land. So I've got a decent number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So about a third of the deck. Not a whole lot to rebound here. There's Absence, and that's about it. But as a draw engine, it's not terrible. But I could take it out. I mean, it's kind of like a third of the time draw engine, and then I guess an emblem. That's okay, I guess. So I could take this out, maybe put a sword in, like sort of War and Peace, but again, that seems kind of silly. Blink 1. How many creatures do I have that combine with Blink? Not really many. 1, 2. That's about it. I could go 24 lands, but that seems kind of terrible with all these mana rocks. It does make me flood. I could splash something else, but I don't know if I really. Yeah, like I do like Narset. It's just that I don't think I really have much to do. I only have like 1 card, and this is a Nombo with it, so that's not going to do anything. But like Steelwind, I could try to do that. At least this does something. I'm going to actually keep it. I'm going to regret it, but at least it gives me a little more information too. It lets me draw, which is fine. So I'm going to actually submit this build here. And then, wait, what? Oh, basic. I got to add basic lands. Okay, so. Alright, sort, converted mana cost. It seems like a lot more. Alright, sort by color. Okay, so it seems like a little bit more. Actually, a good amount more white than blue, so. What's this here? Okay. So a little, probably double, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1. Oh, this mana is gonna be awkward. I'm glad I got all those dual lands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versus 6. So skew it more towards white. Yeah, exactly. And let's sort back by converted mana cost. Yeah, I'm just really worried that Blightsteel is just going to be a stone blank. But I think I'd rather have this be a stone blank than 2 lands that are just kind of terrible. I could always bring this in too, so I think I'm okay with this. I'm going to submit the deck, and then we're going to see how it goes in the gameplay footage.